dropping by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations. But the real work starts now. This is...
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive junior career. How are you feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track. I think we could fit you in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media, so be careful. Anyway, it's time to catch up with Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Welcome to the data center. Here, we've got access to all kinds of information, including car telemetry, weather, lap times, tyre wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking and help us direct our resources in the most productive way. More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season. Oh, and make us all look good, okay?
Welcome to your new team. Sauber is the kind of team that other privateers aspire to be. No matter the challenges they face, they rise to the occasion and make it out the other side. They need someone who can be consistent, resilient, and determined. And there's no doubt in my mind that you can give them those qualities. Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements.
Welcome to Melbourne, where the practice session is about to start for this weekend's Australian Grand Prix. The pre-race talking is over. Now it's time for the drivers to show their worth. Now then, Anthony Davidson, we've had some really strategic races over the past couple of years, thanks to the current 3-tyre compound system, and of course the groundwork for all those strategies comes from the free practice sessions like this one. So what do you think of the current tyre regulations?
Well, they've created some, I wouldn't say exciting necessarily, but certainly interesting races. There have been a lot more questions around, like how long can someone stay out on this set, or will they have the pace to catch another car if they suddenly bolted on a set of ultra softs, things like that. When everything comes together, we end up with multiple cars nose to tail on different tyres, all fighting for track position. So on the whole, it's definitely been a positive step, I feel, for the sport. In the unforgiving world of Formula One, free practice sessions are a vital part of any Grand Prix weekend. During your F1 career, you'll be able to utilise these sessions to complete practice programmes which will help you learn the track and earn you points that can be invested in developing your car. You'll also be able to adjust your car setup over the course of these sessions to try and find those extra fractions of a second.
Morning, Jeff here. I'm looking forward to working with you as your race engineer. Hope you've had a good night's sleep, because we've got a lot of work to do today to prep for the season ahead. We're ready to fire up the car, so why not head out and get a few laps under your belt? Don't push the car just yet. The track is still green. Try and take it easy for the first couple of laps. chance, make sure to run some of our practice programs. They don't all need to be done in one session, but there's valuable data there to help race strategy and car development. Okay, the circuit is clear at the moment. We're good to go. Okay, your goal is to get through as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible. Remember to activate your DRS in the DRS zone as well. DRS zone is coming up. Get ready to open it. Distance is on your MFD. Let's try for purple. You'll get a bonus for consistency if you can chain good corners together. Final lap. This is the final lap of the program. Very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that. So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 27.8. This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex. Well, that lap and tyre wear is more or less as expected. Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers. We're testing fuel management here, so try to lift and coast going into the corners. Don't be too aggressive on the power, but remember, you still have to beat the minimum lap time.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top three: Raikkonen, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled. So how are you finding things at the team? Are you settling in? What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more? Great! Well, that's everything.
This is the ERS management test. Hit the target time whilst managing your battery charge. The more efficiently you use energy throughout the lap, the higher you will score. Remember that you can change your ERS deployment settings via the MFD. Too slow, you need to find more speed. Make sure to properly utilise your ERS modes.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top three, who are Raikkonen, Vettel and Daniel Ricciardo. That's it for practice then. We'll see you again soon.
Okay, as you know, this is the third and final practice session of the weekend. If we want to run our qualifying sim program, and I strongly recommend we do just that, this is our last chance. Don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace. Well done. That lap beats our primary target time. Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy. Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused. Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
As all the cars are now over the line, your top three again are Vettel, Bottas and Max Verstappen. Thank you for joining us for free practice today. We'll be back with more Formula One action very shortly. Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly. With the weather as it is today, Anthony Davidson, we have, to some extent, to throw the form book out of the window. Who do you see having the advantage on this slippery, unpredictable track surface?
Traditionally, these are very Adrian Newey conditions. The Red Bull's habit of creating incredible downforce coupled with the high rake they like to run is perfect for the wet, and it's helped them close the power gap a number of times over recent years. I think Force India as well, always a bit of a dark horse in changeable conditions, and of course the McLarens have a fairly good chassis. Having said that, I don't want to make a firm prediction. More than performance, the deciding factor is going to be the timing. The level of wetness out on the track is going to constantly rise and fall, and anyone who can find that perfect window when it's at its driest will have a big advantage out there.
Right, it's not going to be easy getting into the next qualifying session, but we know you'll give it your all. Checks complete. We're ready. stand clear. We're ready to go.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race? The weather hasn't been ideal in qualifying. What's your take on it?
Great! Well, that's everything.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance. Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and love for more than 2 decades now that hosts the first round of a 21-race championship, taking us from here in Melbourne, Australia, across the globe before we eventually reach the season finale at Yas Marina Circuit in Abu Dhabi. Just south of Melbourne's downtown business centre is the one and only Albert Park Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend of course, make for a bumpy circuit with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake and a couple of good passing opportunities here as well, thanks in part to the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. We have plenty of changes to the sport this year with the addition of new safety features, the return of France and Germany in an expanded 21-race calendar, and more tyre compounds than ever before. And of course, we have some big car manufacturers back in the sport too, with Alfa Romeo and Aston Martin returning as title sponsors for Sauber and Red Bull respectively. Joining me to take you through all the action of the 2018 Formula One season is Anthony Davidson. Great to have you with us.
Thanks, Crofty. Always happy to be here. I'm looking forward to getting underway. Last year was Mercedes' 4th Constructors' title in a row, although for the first half of the season it was absolutely neck and neck with the Ferraris. Hopefully this year we can see the chasing pack take that final step, as I'd love to see a championship contest all the way up to the final race in Abu Dhabi. Another story to keep an eye on is the relative performance of McLaren and Toro Rosso, who have exchanged power unit suppliers this year. And given the additional restrictions on engine components, they need to be strong in terms of both performance and reliability.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Vettel, Max Verstappen and Bottas, Sainz, Magnussen, Hülkenberg and Roman Grosjean, Alonso, Hartley, Charles Leclerc and Stroll, Scott, Van Dorn, Sergei Sirotkin and Pierre Gasly, Perez and Esteban Ocon rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
Okay, we qualified higher than we were anticipating. Let's see if we can do just as well in the race. Put the clutch in. Hold it there till the start. Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs. lap. You can use it when within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone. The battery is low on energy. Reduce ERS deployment. Our gap behind is 3.3 seconds. We're not going to be able to run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon. Okay, car behind is now running the super soft tyre. That's the super soft on the car behind. Okay, clear. Eighth place. You're in 8th place. Alonso is ahead of you. Gap to car in front is 1.3 seconds. They're on old super softs. Sainz behind. They're on old ultra softs. The gap to the leader is 24.5 seconds. 6 laps until your pit window is open. We're leading our teammate by 5.7 seconds. The gap to the car ahead is 4.0 seconds. Ricardo behind. Okay, the gap behind is 5.0 seconds. They're on old super softs. They have some kind of mechanical problem. The distance to the leader is 28.2 seconds. You have 4 laps till your pit window opens. 22 laps to go. We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs. Okay, 7.9 seconds. Quick word on the tyres, they look okay for now, but we can see the wear. If you can't feel it already, then you'll certainly start too soon. Just be careful. Some information on Stroll. They're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car. We're boxing this lap. Give us the best in lap you can. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed. Strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Teammate by 4.1 seconds. Reduce the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery. Fighting today, Gasly and Leclerc. Green flag. The gap to the car behind is 4.4 seconds. Some information on Sorokin. They've got a serious car issue. It looks like they're retiring. should be a few laps at least before you start feeling too many tyre issues. They seem in good condition for the time being. The gap to the car ahead is 6.3 seconds. Reduce ERS deployment. Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Waiting for the leader, you may overtake it. Overtake the safety car. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags. Okay, clear. This is your final lap of the race. There are +1 lap of extra fuel target, +1. Top job. I was a bit worried about this one at the start of the weekend, but you pulled through. Thank you.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the Drivers' Table. Kimi Raikkonen takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
I'll probably go for Pierre Gasly. The team did a good job with the strategy to put him in amongst the pack, but it's the driver's job to capitalise on those opportunities, and he did so with a lot of skill.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari moved to the top of the table. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Great work. That's exactly the kind of result I'm looking for. Keep it up. We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.